Friends, it is time for another garden update. Today is August 23rd. It is a Saturday. Tomorrow will be fertilizer day. But this is a lot of fall, cool weather things. Not that we are experiencing anything close to fall here. We're still in the 100 degrees. I am once again getting ready to do a little vacation. I will be away from my garden and it's going to be hot. So I'm not sure how these things are going to fare. But let me tell you what I have in here. I have a lot of greens. So this is some kale. This is Lacinato kale. Got a calendula. This is lettuce. Supposed to be nasturtium in there. More calendula, some wildflowers that have done nothing. Both of these with the little shield on them, the little house, have carrots. I've thinned them out a little bit. I probably could do a better job on the thinning. This is Russian red kale, more carrots. And this is also Russian red kale. We've got some spinach. And then this one is lettuce. Down here we have Swiss chard, lettuce. This is romaine. This one is the rattlesnake pole bean. So I figured if I put it at the bottom, it could grow up. And then we have some more spinach. This one isn't empty. Now on my strawberries, y'all, so you know, I moved them out of this bed and put flowers in the bed. Moved them into this GreenStalk, and they were looking all kind of sad like this. But I know that strawberries can look deceiving. So we have had a few where they have had some leaves and sort of come back like that. So I've got about, that one's got a flower. I had another one with a flower. So, we're starting to see some strawberry growth here. So I am happy with my decision to move them because I don't think they would have made it continuing to be in the bed. And so we have them here in the GreenStalk and they are doing just fine. I don't know what is going to become of my corn. I think probably it was planted too late in the season, but we're gonna wait it out and see. We can go until our first frost date here, which probably will not be until November, and so maybe we'll get some corn, maybe we won't, but it was an experiment, and so it is what it is. I've also put in each of these at least one pole version of a green bean. I think they're Kentucky blue. So there's green beans, and they can use the corn stalks to wrap around. Then today I moved over this cantaloupe. We're going to try cantaloupe again, but this time in a container. So I transplanted that, and I transplanted a slicing cucumber. We've got some tomatoes there, some tomatoes here. And this is a zucchini plant. We do have a zucchini right there. There's actually two plants in there, a yellow and a green. We have, these are jalapenos. So there's actually quite a few on there. And this middle is a tomato. It's a Italian Roma that's just not doing much. We've got, pepper boy peppers here. I probably need to come through and harvest those. Back here, these tomato plants are probably on their end. We've got a cherry and San Marzanos. Not doing the best. They look really sad. It was another hot day, so even though I watered this morning, look how the leaves are looking like really wilted. They perk back up, but they if they turn brown, they definitely do not perk back up. But if they're still green, they generally will perk back up in the morning. But it's just really hot, and so I don't have any shade cloth going on. It is what it is. I've got some watermelon I did here in a container. So far, we only have one watermelon. Got it in a little sleeve there. Hoping it gets bigger. Got some tomatoes here. Got one little tomato down there. These are Jimmy Nardellos, which I am not a pepper person, but those are pretty tasty. Jalapenos in the middle. And some Cow Wonder peppers in here. And the AC just kicked on, so this is I think it's pronounced Bite Alpha cucumber, B-E-I-T. And there is one cucumber there. If you can see the one right here. So we have one cucumber. This is supposed to be a cucumber plant where it self-pollinates or whatever. You don't need the male and female flower. Got a lot of tomatoes in here. Some of them are looking pretty sad. Some of them I get some good tomatoes off of, and some of them go to blossom end rot. So I'm just doing what I can. Also, that was a tomatillo that I pulled out today. But you know, we still have quite a few. But let's see, this one has blossom end rot. So it's not gonna do anything. We'll be doing some maintenance tomorrow. But see, this one is fine. These are fine. So I don't know. It's hit or miss. The cherry tomatoes seem to do pretty well. I have tons of those. And then this is that Cow Wonder. So we've got a handful of little peppers in there. And rosemary. Got a few little tomatoes on here. I actually chopped that off, as you can see, because the plant wasn't doing that great, but the cherry is doing okay. We've got some basil in there. I pulled the zucchini out of here. This tomatillo, I think I've pretty much pulled all of them off of there that I'm going to be able to get. My first tomato bed that had like the 5 tomatoes and 4 zucchinis, 2 on each end, still continues to grow out of control. It's got a lot of indeterminate tomatoes, and I have put these big old 6-foot tall stakes, 8-foot tall, I don't know, they're tall, on here. And I don't know. I will do better next year. I didn't expect these plants to get this big. Like, look how thick the stalks are. And as much as I have cut, these plants are healthy and hardy. I'm gonna get in here so you can see. Look how thick those stalks are. I mean, it is like a tomato tree. So I'm over trying to cut it back. I'm over it. I do need to come in here. I've got zucchini still going. And then I've got jalapeno and poblanos back here. So I am still trying to get to those. I have propped things up for these tomatoes. Like, this is all fresh, new growth. And it's still flowering. I don't know. Never did I think that the tomatoes would just go wild and crazy, but they have. Back out of here. So if I back away, this is what the tomato, and I have some paneling so that it can sort of all lean up against it because it is just so huge. Going this direction, and we're getting closer to the AC, so let me go around and come back and maybe it will shut off. Still have some tomato plants here. This one It's really, this one and this one are the only ones really doing anything. This one has, I think, one tomato. I pulled my cowpeas off that were, I guess what you would consider going to seed. I'm gonna wait until these turn red. I'll pull them off because my whole goal is to have black-eyed peas. I think I will probably plant some more, but I'll wait until I come back from vacation. I have the tomato plants over here. I pulled one out, so there's just two in this bed. There's this one, which is doing fairly well, and then this one, which is doing okay. And then I've got two jalapeno plants in here. There are definitely some flowers. This one actually has jalapeno, so there's one, and there's another one back there. This bed is doing strawberries. The other morning I came out here and I picked a few strawberries and I just ate them right off the vine. They were sweet and delicious, and very fortunate to be pest free. So I'm just letting this bed sort of do what it does with the strawberries, which is cool. I also have carrots in here, so let's pull one out and see. This one looks a little bit on the bigger side. Now I am hard-headed, so I did not thin out my carrots like one should. So I had them little baby carrots that I can do nothing with because of that. So the pulling out at least some of the little baby carrots did make some space in between my carrots. I will do better in the future and thin my carrots out so that I actually have carrots. But let's pull this one up. Look at that. Look at that. Now, I said I am not a homesteader. If it were left up to me to survive, based on the food I grow, I would be in trouble. But it's so cool to eat something that you grew. And so it's not the biggest carrot, but there's probably a dozen of them in there. And I've got the ones in the GreenStalk that I started, which I definitely did a better job of thinning out. I'm probably going to plant some more for fall. But the first carrot we could actually do a little something with are cucumbers. Our cucumbers will not give up. Now, I did plant a few new plants along the back edge here. And so they are coming along fine, but I really need to just pull this bed out. It is full of aphids. The green beans were full of aphids. I pulled those out. Now the cucumbers are full of aphids, and I'm not fooling with them aphids. I'm just not. They can have it. So I need to get out here with a hat, some long sleeves, a long sleeve shirt, some long sleeve pants. And because I cannot, it makes my skin itch so bad, but I need to pull it out. But it's hard too because it still keeps producing cucumbers that are fine. I see one on the other side. I'm going to show you, it's crazy to me because it's like the aphids just really kind of like the leaves and not the cucumbers. So my watermelon on this side, so there's one there and there's three here. They just seem to be sort of stuck growth wise. I added some bone meal hoping that will make them grow a little bit bigger, but so far nothing has done it. So if you have any tips on getting the watermelon to grow, please share them. I did have cowpeas here. I picked off what had gone to seed, and then I pulled them out because they were covered in aphids. Now let's go to the other side here. Also, this basically lasted the season as far as the cardboard and mulch that I put down. I'm starting to have weeds come up, so I'm gonna have to take care of that. And we've got some green beans in here. We did replant green beans. I'm probably going to pull these this bush bean out because it has bugs, aphids, but I have some new green beans growing here, so I don't want the bugs to get into those. And here is, look at this. There's a cucumber growing right there. So despite how poor these leaves look, we are still growing cucumbers. They are growing like weeds. This tomatillo plant is done, so that needs to come out. This is the other side of the poblanos and jalapenos, and the other side of the, got the additional zucchini, squash plants, and all the tomatoes. And see, like, it's continuing to grow and produce. These are indeterminate tomatoes, so they just keep growing taller and taller and taller and taller, and I've just got them going this way out, and then some coming this way out, and then the middle is kind of sunken in. We've got some tomatoes here. They are sort of leaning on my eggplant plant. I have picked 2 eggplants. I need an eggplant recipe. Got some tomatoes there. It looks like we may be getting an eggplant there. There's a flower there as well. So eggplant is doing all right. And then I guess the AC is not going to shut off. It's hot. It's probably about 8 o'clock at night. We've got some cherry tomatoes, and I've just sort of got the branches leaning over. We've got some, I think this is kale. Nope, Swiss chard. Basil. There's some tomatoes. Some tarragon, some lemon thyme. There's jalapenos up here. Lots of jalapenos, and I picked a bunch of them as well. But as you can see, there are still a lot of jalapenos in there. And then we've got rosemary and sage. Then these are, I think, the rattlesnake. Nope, these are dragon tongue beans, which I don't think really have done much. But the rattlesnake pole beans, which is this one, has. So I picked and froze a bunch of those. I'm going to get rid of these yellow leaves tomorrow. We've got some citronella up there. There's a little ladybug. Ladybug. Hello, ladybug. Because, like, we have aphids for days. They could have a smorgasbord over here. Now, the one thing I didn't realize, I was watching somebody else's video. I was like, somebody made a mistake. So I was out here and I came across, we have some peppers down here. I think these are Cow Wonder. Let's see. Nope, that's Pepper Boy. Where is it? Here we go. Okay, so I was out here and I was like, this is lunchbox peppers, and there's none on here right now. I picked them yesterday. I picked 2 off and they look like jalapenos. I don't think I realized how small and how much the shape of a lunchbox pepper is similar to a jalapeno. So they're mixed in with my jalapenos to make salsa, and I will need to try to figure it out. I think they're less glossy, so I should be okay. Very pleasantly surprised on how tasty these Jimmy Nardellos are. I could definitely eat those for a snack, and I'm not a pepper snack eater person like that. But yeah, so it's getting dark out here, but that is what is happening out in Nia's garden. We're gonna go put our little carrot, we're gonna wash it off and put it in the fridge and add it to some dish tomorrow. But yeah, that's what's happening out in my garden. We've got the sun going down, a real pretty sunset happening, and the garden is lit up. And while it's quite a mess, we will soon be transitioning from summer to fall. So I am just trying to hold on to these last moments and enjoy it, because I really love coming out here every day and taking care of my garden. If you are gardening, let me know how your garden's doing. If you have any tips for me, please feel free to leave those down below in the comments. Be sure to hit that like button, and join me back here next time for another garden update. I'll see you next time.